Hi you guys and welcome back to my channel, my Pastel Love. Hi, I'm Neha and how you guys doing? And today's video, as you've read in the title, is going to be about my favorite drugstore foundations that I personally love and use, and that's what I'm going to recommend to you guys. So before starting the video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel because that's going to mean the world to me. And without wasting any more time, let's just get to the video. Okay, so the first foundation is Maybelline Fit Me. Now this is a cult product when it comes to drugstore foundation. Like everybody that I know loves makeup has this, and this is going to be my first recommendation. Now this retails for $5.49 for 30 ml of product. Now this you can get it on discount for even cheaper price, so this is a pretty affordable foundation according to me, and the way it performs on my skin is so nice. That's why this is definitely going to be my first recommendation. This comes in 18 shades and the shade range is so wide, so I'm sure you're going to find something for your skin tone that matches your skin tone. Now I'm in the shade 332 Golden Caramel. Now this is my summer shade. Like right now I think this is going to be a tad bit dark on me, but I do mix it up with a concealer and I make that work. But otherwise in summers this matches me perfectly. Now this is, I feel, good for dry, oily or normal skin or even problematic skin, because this has a very nice dewy satin finish and it blends beautifully onto your skin. It comes with a pump, which I like. Like before, earlier this foundation did not come with a pump, which was a little I don't like foundations which doesn't come with a pump, so they decided to add a pump to it, which is very nice. Now this foundation is lightweight and it blends extremely easily. As you can see, it's not too runny, it's not too thick, but it's somewhere, the consistency is somewhere in between, which is amazing. And the best part is of this foundation, you don't need any tool, to blend it, because it blends so easily. You can even blend it with your fingers. Like if you don't have a beauty sponge, if you don't have a brush or foundation brush, you don't need anything. You just can blend it with your fingers. So it's very good for office goers, for teenagers, because it's affordable and it's just a beautiful foundation, you guys. So I highly recommend this one. If you did not try this out, definitely pick it up, because super affordable, blends beautifully, does not look cakey. It has got like a medium to full coverage, like buildable coverage, and it just looks like skin and very natural finish, which is why I like it. It's written it's for normal to oily skin, but me being a dry skin girl, I'm telling you this even works for me, so it's definitely going to work for you as well. Show you guys randomly, not in any particular order. This is just my top 8 recommendations. The second one is Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. Now this is a full coverage, like a medium to almost full coverage. So if you have problematic skin, hyperpigmentation, or you need to hide some scars and marks, this is the foundation you should go for. Like this is a little bit pricier than the rest of the foundation that I'm going to talk about. This retails for ₹1400 for 30 ml of product, but you can always pick it up on Nykaa on sale. I got it for 1200 rupees, but it's worth it, you guys, because when I apply this, I don't even need to go in with a concealer. This does, actually, as the name suggests, this does the job of a concealer and foundation at the same time. So it's like full coverage, matte, but sits beautifully on the skin. It's non-cakey and it does give a satin luminous finish, and the consistency, if you talk about, is quite thick. It's not your runny or medium, it is thick, and but once you blend it out, it blends quite easily and sits very well without it looking cakey. Because I am not like, whatever foundation I'm going to recommend you guys, all are actually very skin like. Even if it's full coverage like this one, it's still going to not look like makeup. It's still going to sit beautifully on your skin, because that's how I like my skin to look. Like I like little bit of skin to show through, and even if I have to hide some scars and marks, it should still hide it but not look like makeup, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of finish I personally like when I do my makeup. So yeah, talking about this, it is long wearing, it is medium to full coverage. it does not, it photographs well, it does not give you a flashback. And if there's an occasion, if I need to go for a wedding, or where I'm going to maybe perspire, or I have to wear it for a long hours, I always go back to this foundation because this stays put, it doesn't budge, it doesn't settle into your smile lines or your cracks or dry patches. And how I like to blend this, because it's a thick foundation, I like to first use this with a brush and then go in with a beauty blender to give you that flawless satin dewy finish. Okay, now I'm in the shade 06 Sand Beige. Now this actually comes in 7 shades, so the shade range is actually not very impressive, but I'm in the shade 06 Sand Beige, and this shade does work for me. This is a little light for me, but after some time it just mixes into my skin tone, and I wish they come up with more shades, because this is a beautiful foundation, and if you can get your right shade, is going to work beautifully on you. Especially if you're oily skin and you have a little bit of problematic, as I told you, pimple or acne scars, go for this one. Now the next foundation is one of my favorite, and this is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation. This is a beautiful foundation for dry skin. Like if you are dry skin and you want a very hydrating, luminous, dewy finish foundation, just go for this. Now I, for the longest time, have been looking for foundations that are not, does not look masky or cakey. I hate that cakey finish. As I told you, I like my skin to look like skin, and I like a little bit of skin to show through even though I'm wearing foundation. So this does a beautiful job in that. Like it is light to medium coverage, definitely buildable, but it blends so beautifully, and it's more, the consistency is more on the runny side, and does not give you like full coverage. So if you have acne scars and all, this might show through. This is not going to hide your like hyperpigmentation and acne scars, unlike this Milani one. But what this does is, if you want a natural finish, and if you do not want to look cakey, and basically if you have good skin and if you have dry skin, definitely go for this. If you are oily skin, I will recommend stay away from this particular foundation, because this is hydrating and a little bit on the oily side. So if you are already oily, acne prone, I would say stay away from this one. And yeah, but if you're dry to normal, this is going to work beautifully for you, and it's going to sit, like give you that, that inner glow, that luminous, very skin-like. So I like to actually use this when I don't want to wear a lot of makeup, and especially during the daytime, I just go for this. This comes in a variety of shades, you guys. It comes in 16 shades, so I'm sure you're going to find your shade. I am in the shade Warm Beige, and this retails for rupees 1250 for 20 ml of product. And again, you can find it on sale, so wait for the sale time to pick this up. And also, whenever I wear this, I don't need to go in with a facial oil or hydrate my skin too much. I just go in with a light moisturizer and pair this, because this is already very hydrating, as I told you. So don't need to do too much of hydration with it. Just go in with, like when I want to, like on the go, if I have to pick up a foundation, this is the one, because I know this, I don't need to work too much with it. Just put a little bit of pump. Again, this blends beautifully with a brush or even with your fingers. So just on the go, this is a beautiful foundation. So the next foundation is the Nykaa Skin Shield Anti-Pollution Foundation. Now this retails for rupees 7.99 for 30 ml of product. This comes in 15 shades, and honestly, when I first bought it, I did not have high hopes from this one, because previously I tried some of Nykaa's foundation. I did not like it, but this one I was pleasantly surprised, because this one definitely worked for me. This again comes in like this tube form, which is very convenient because you can just pump it out and use it on your face. Again, very easy to blend with, and gives a medium to buildable full coverage sort of, yet it does not sit on your smile line, photographs beautifully, does not give you any flashback, also blends quite easily to give you that satin, I would not say very dewy, but kind of a satin to matte finish, but looks very natural. Now I love foundation that looks natural on my skin, as I told you and I'll keep telling you. any foundation that looks very natural, I like it, so definitely like this one for that. Now I'm in the shade 10 Golden Hour. Now this shade matches me quite nicely, and the consistency is quite runny and blends beautifully on my skin. However, it does oxidize little bit, not too much, a little bit, so just keep that in mind, because that's like a con. I don't like foundations that oxidize a lot, because then that's going to just change the color of my skin, right? So, but other than that, this is a beautiful foundation. Retails for rupees 7.99, which I feel is quite again affordable, and again you can find it on sale. Again, this is going to work for all skin types, especially oily skin types, because this has that oil control anti-pollution formula, so definitely you can wear it on even during the day, and this is going to protect your skin from pollution, and I think they have done a beautiful job with this particular foundation. Now the next foundation was my go-to foundation for the longest time. This is the Pack HD foundation. Now this is how it looks like. It comes in the glass bottle with a pump. I love foundation with pumps, as I told you. Now this was my favorite. Like, I just picked it up randomly 2 years ago and I fell in love with this. I'm in the shade 3.0, and this is a beautiful foundation for dry skin person like me. If you are dry skin, you are going to love this, because this gives you a very dewy, again very natural dewy, but also gives you medium to buildable full coverage. Like, it's like, for example, this one is light coverage. It is dewy finish, amazing for dry skin, but it's not going to give you a lot of coverage, so your skin is going to show through. Whereas this one is going to give you coverage, but at the same time it blends so beautifully, gives you a natural, yet it's going to cover your problematic areas, if you understand what I mean. So this retails for rupees 8.75 for 30 ml of product. Again, I think you can pick it up on sale. Now this gives such a beautiful luminous glow from within sort of a look, and that's why time and again I keep going back to this. And the color 3.0 matches me so well, because it has that yellow undertone, and I love yellow undertones in my foundation. It looks very beautiful and natural and blends very well with my skin color. By the way, just for reference, I am NC42 in MAC, if you want to know my MAC foundation. All the foundation ka shades and everything, I will write it down below, so do check it out to know if you are my skin tone or not. So again, this is a beautiful foundation, highly recommended for normal to dry skin girls. Now the next foundation is one of my favorite. Now I'm going to say this about all the foundations, because these 8 are my go-to foundation in drugstore, so I'm going to say this. But honestly, this is a beautiful foundation. Like, look how dirty it has become, because I've used it so much. I actually literally travel with this everywhere. Like, if whenever I have to play safe and I know, I have to go somewhere and I need to look amazing and I need my foundation and my base to look amazing, I always go for this. This is the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte, and the reason why I actually love this is because of the shade. Now I'm in the shade 108 Caramel Beige, and this shade, you guys, looks so good on me. It is like my perfect color match. If you like, out of all this, if one foundation that matches me exactly is this one. This has a perfect amount of yellowness to it, and it just blends into like nothing in my skin. This is actually a oil control and full coverage foundation, and if you are oily skin, if you have again problematic skin, if you have hyperpigmentation, acne scars issue, you're gonna love this. Just find your right shade and you're going to just fall in love with this one. This gives a matte finish, but again does not dry out your skin. I, being a dry skin girl, if I'm saying you this does not dry out your skin, it does not, but it gives you such a beautiful demi matte satin sort of finish. And I just, if I wear a nice hydrating moisturizer or a facial oil, this sits beautifully on top of any sort of moisturized skin, because again, it's supposed to control your oils, and me being a dry skin, if I go directly with this foundation, it's going to show dry patches. So that this does cling onto your dry patches, but once you hydrate your skin beautifully, this is not going to cling onto your dry patches. Photographs beautifully, has no flashback whatsoever. The color matches me amazingly, as I told you. This retails for rupees 750 for 30 ml of product. This is one of the foundation that I will purchase whenever I get over. Whenever this finishes, I'm going to repurchase, and I'm going to keep repurchasing it because the color is just my skin color. That's it. The next foundation is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is how it looks like. It comes in a very sleek glass packaging. This retails for rupees 599 for 30 ml of product, and it comes in 7 shades. The reason why I like this, like initially I did not like it because the shade clearly is lighter than you can really see it, but this cuff finish is so good, and it is, again, it's full coverage and it is affordable. And what I like to do is, suppose like the Maybelline Fit Me one is a bit dark for me as of now, so what I like to do is mix my Wet n Wild one with this, and this combination works amazingly on me. Now again, I go back to this one whenever there's an occasion and I need a little bit of coverage, and this also oxidizes a little bit, which is why I feel it kind of matches me eventually. However, I wish like I found my shade, that would be amazing, but other than that, it blends beautifully, sits beautifully, has no flashbacks, photographs very well. This definitely, I will put it on my top 10, top 8 list of foundation. Affordable, and the only thing I don't like is, of course, that I did not find my shade, and also it comes in this spatula. Can you see it? I wish it came with a pump, but other than that, it's a beautiful foundation, especially for oily skin. For my skin, I again have to moisturize nicely before I go in with this one. But if you're oily or you have hyperpigmentation issues, acne scar issues, go for this. Now last but not the least, this is a new discovery. I just purchased it a month back and I instantly fell in love with this foundation. I'm talking about the Colorbar 24 Hours Weightless Liquid Foundation. This is how it looks like. Very sleek packaging. Love the packaging. It also comes with a pump. How beautiful this looks. I think this is one of the newer launches. And if you guys want to see an in-depth review of this particular foundation, do let me know in the comment section below. But in brief, I'll just tell you why this has become one of my favorites foundation. Even in drugstore or overall, it has become one of my favorite foundation, and this is the foundation I'm even wearing right now, and it sits beautifully on my skin. The color matches me perfectly. Again, first of all, my priority when it comes to foundation is the color should match me perfectly. Secondly, it should not look cakey and it should look skin-like. This one fits these two criteria exactly. So as I told you, I love the Loreal foundation because the color matches me beautifully. Similarly, this color matches me amazingly, and when I apply it, it blends into nothing. Like right now, I'm wearing the foundation, I feel nothing. Yet it gives me a very nice medium to buildable coverage and sits beautifully on the skin, photographs well, looks beautiful, looks natural, blends amazingly with the brush, with the beauty blender, even with your fingers. It blends into like nothing and has a very nice luminous satin dewy sort of a finish. That's my favorite kind of a finish. I don't like that powdery cakey matte look. I don't like that. And even when you come near, you know how I judge a foundation, like when you come near me and you're like face to face, you cannot see, you know, foundation, and you know, you can't see that I'm wearing makeup. So that's the kind of look this particular one gives. Now this retails for rupees 9.99 for 25 ml of product, though it is a little bit expensive, but I feel like you should invest in it and you're not going to regret it. I'm in the shade FW6.4. that matches me perfectly, and yeah, highly recommend this one. It has become one of my favorites. with that, I came to the end of this video, and those were my top 8 recommendations for you. And if you are a dry skin type or oily skin type, I'm sure you're going to love one of the foundations that I just told you. And yeah, if you like this video, please take a moment to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also please hit the bell button, because otherwise you're not going to get notified whenever I post a new video. Take care you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.